Hello. Just wanted to make a few comments about Module 2. Now it's nighttime over here in Abu Dhabi, so it's a little bit dark in my office space here and the curtains are closed. Anyways, let's have a look at Module 2. So let's have a quick peek at the dates. So this is my course dates document. So you've got the initial post due in about 5 days. I see quite a few of you have already made a post, so that's great. And then the comments due by Friday, so very short turnaround there. 3 days between the post and the comments. And as we'll see, the post is very short, just a couple hundred words. So really, I think it's really critical to try to stick within those constraints. I talked about constraints in your introductory feedback. And so one of the constraints on this one is really stick to that word count. Then you're going to do a mini analysis of a past creative experience to really put your understanding of your own creativity in the context of some kind of experience. And then you're putting in your major analysis, or a proposal, I should say, for a major analysis of an experience that you're going to create for yourself. Now, there's a range of experiences that you could have, and as one of you pointed out, as many of you over the last few years that I've taught this course have pointed out, some of them aren't really related to education. So you can feel free to pursue your own creativity in the way that you wish, but it's also quite possible that you create some product and focus on the process of creating that product, and create something that you could use in your classroom. So again, in the post that I just put up on my feedback, one of the comments I talked about, or one of the aspects of creativity I talked about, was how often the process of being creative is almost as important, if not more important or difficult, than the product. Once you have an idea of what you want to have or create, the process of creating that can also throw up quite a few challenges and risks and so forth. So let's just have a quick look at the actual assignments. So here I am in Module 2. So there's some readings and a video and so forth. So I won't talk about those. You can read about those and email me if you have any questions. So the discussion is just, again, very short, about one or two of these topics. And then you've got a few more days. The post is on the 22nd, and then you've got a few days for comments and another couple days to wrap up your mini analysis of a past creative experience. So there's a few different ways you can do it. Describe an experience and where you did something creative. So you're going to put a previous creative experience in context, you're going to put your experiences with creativity in the context of some actual experience. Now you can do it in text or video or so forth, but really, really stick to those constraints. If you do a video, one thing about text, although it's a bit less linear, I can actually zip up and down and read through it quickly and go back and forth easily. The video is much more linear, and so a little bit more challenging for me as well sometimes. So 500 words or 3 minutes. So you're going to connect to that. And it's also to get you thinking about experiences that you've had, put your creativity into a real context. And then you're going to, at the same time, think about what do you want to do in the future or over the next few weeks of this course. So what is your proposal for a major analysis? So as I said, you're going to create an opportunity for yourself to be creative. So you can read through this and then submit a proposal. Now, I'll give you some feedback on the sort of potential it's up to you what you want to do. So my main feedback will really be, is this achievable? Or do you think this is achievable? I may ask you to scale down. Often people are very ambitious, and so I tend to give you a little bit of advice to scale back your ambitions, because you don't actually have a whole lot of time to do what you might want to do. And you only have, we're already in week 2, so you only have 5 more weeks, so don't make it, and quite a few other assignments. So keep it realistic. 250 words, so very short. And just submit a Word document describing what you want to do. You may want to, sometimes people say, I'm going to create a garden, and they give me a little outline of the garden they're going to create, so that's great. And yeah, so you can read through some of this yourself. And I won't go through the details myself. But what I'd like to see is some steps. So I think the idea of anticipated steps and timelines, this speaks to the idea of the constraints around your creativity. So some of you have commented about sort of being unfettered and having no constraints in your creativity, but in reality, most of our creative endeavors are done well within very tight constraints, timelines, the wishes of other people, objectives of our line managers, and so forth. And so a lot of our creativity is, how do we create something new with all these constraints around us? Anyways, I'm going to leave you with that, and look forward to seeing your work. Thank you.